Well, as you just saw there, even hopeless romantics might want to stay home this Valentine's Day weekend.
KRDO News Channel 13 Scott Harrison is live in Colorado Springs with El Paso County's plan to protect the roads. And in this case, it's not the normal plan. Scott.
Well, we're here on Cheyenne Avenue. This is just a few blocks from Palmer High School. And we went looking for side streets, neighborhood streets, to see if they're any better or any worse than the main streets that we showed you earlier this evening. And you can see here we've got a layer of some of that powdery snow that's kind of dug into the grains of the pavement here. Not too bad, but it could be a little slick if you're taking a little too fast through here. Now this afternoon, we checked in with El Paso County crews to see how they're preparing for this weekend's weather. The county's vehicles are set up and ready to go. Crews are not out yet, though, but they are on standby.
So we monitor the weather and have our foremen go out and monitor the locations. And if we do find that we need to go ahead and call our folks out, we go ahead and do a full call out. We may or may not even have to call out.
Now, the county normally pre-treats roads with that salt brine, as CDOT does, but decided against it this time because of such cold weather and the cold temperatures that we're having. Now, when El Paso County's crew does decide it's time to go out and clear off these roads, it will have more than 60 vehicles in its fleet to clear snow and ice from not only paved roads, but unpaved roads in the rural areas as well. We're live in Colorado Springs tonight. Scott Harrison, KRDO News Channel 13.
All right, Scott, thanks. 13 Investigates has learned 2 men from Colorado Springs have been charged in a major international drug trafficking ring takedown. The group had ties to a Mexican cartel and was funneling drugs throughout the state. KRDO News Channel 13 investigative reporter Chelsea Brensel explains the Southern Colorado connection. Chelsea.
Bart, 64 people were indicted by a Colorado grand jury and are off the streets tonight. And the indictment lays out how 2 men were using a Colorado Springs post office to send packages of drugs from Colorado to Colorado from Glendale, Arizona. Law enforcement in Colorado Springs arrested them after a routine drug stop led to the discovery of around 30 pounds of meth. Then in December, law enforcement arrested a man living in an apartment on the Pikes Peak Avenue. Officers found an assortment of drugs, hundreds of grams of heroin, meth, pills containing fentanyl, and a loaded gun. Authorities say they hope dismantling this large international organization will prevent more drug overdose deaths in the state.
First of all, drug trafficking is an international problem, and yet it is also very much a local problem here in Colorado.